Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode. This is your host, David Kim. Hi, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, David, welcome. Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Looking at your website, there is basically 6 suppliers you're working with now.
Yes.
Tumblr, that's sounds, but I can see the Western guy in the photo image.
Yes, he is living in Benin, exactly, and he founded that business. So he went there. He invested a good chunk of money in order to build up a up-to-date distillery there, and he runs the business actually. Okay. But he's American from his roots.
Have you tried the Tumblr?
Oh, a lot, of course.
How does that taste?
Very interesting. I mean, it is it's 45% of alcohol, so it's pretty strong. Very strong. It has many interesting spices in it. So you can use it. You can drink it pure, but you can also use it in a cocktail. We even have some recipes on the website. So it's very good. It's very smooth, very nice. It's double distilled. It comes from palm wine, which is
palm wine, sugar,
which is which is kind of a traditional agricultural product in Benin, and they double distill it and then they put it for some time to mature and add some spices and so on. So but it's really a nice product.
Would you like to start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yes, sure. So I'm Jan-Marc Lischka. I'm located in Berlin, Germany, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Manuyoo, which is a social business bringing products with high value add on the African continent to our customers in Europe. I'm 42. And before I started to found Manuyoo, I was working for 15 years for a large multinational company in the industry. So I was taking care of production. So that was a bit my background, being a plant manager, being a production manager for many time. I know how important value add is and how important jobs in value creation are. And if we look into how much value creations happens right now on the African continent, I think there's a huge potential for sustainable development, and so this is kind of what we focus on with Manuyoo.
Yeah, I read a problem statement in your website. Only 7% of total 2018 import into EU came from the 54 African country. Only 7%, right? So
exactly.
So also that's something like a primary good raw material they don't have a lot of manufactured goods, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And we know that pretty well, that with value creation come jobs, with value creation come structures, come innovations, come training, and so on. So value creation from what I believe is really the driver for sustainable development. And as long as we consume in the way we do as Europeans, as long as that is the case, we will maintain the economic imbalance between Europe and Africa, and that needs to change.
Got you. When I look at your website and the story of the business model, I found it very interesting. But I came to have questions. How did you come up with the business idea? And I mean, why did you start with this whole thing? Are you really building the business, or do you want to focus on helping people in Africa?
Yeah. Well, I think, the leading question of building that business was really the question: what is the best contribution that we here on the European side can make in order to help the African economies to develop in a positive way. And why do we think that is important? Because I mean, as a matter of fact, I think the past, the colonial past we had, I mean, this had some caused some of the economic imbalances we see between Africa and Europe. So I feel it is our responsibility and duty as Europeans to contribute also to more balance in the economic relations. So that was the starting question: what is the best contribution? And as I said, I mean, I come from the production industry, and so it was obvious that if we don't change our purchasing behavior as Europeans, our consumption behavior as Europeans towards products with more value add, with more value creation on the African continent, it will be very difficult to change things. And for me, this is not so much about helping people in Africa, because what we saw when we started Manuyoo is that we have a huge number of amazing businesses and amazing brands all across the African continent, which we don't know here in Europe and especially also not in Germany. And so it is a lot about empowering the people here to make good purchasing decisions, to bring them products which are away from the stereotypes that the people see here when they hear Africa. I mean, many people think about problems first, about poverty, about instability, and so on. And what we want to achieve is to draw a different picture, a picture of great entrepreneurs, a picture of very innovative and actually cool products, so the people really can experience what made in Africa means today, and what how great the capabilities of the African entrepreneurs are.
Got you. So do you have a co-founder, or did you just set up the company by yourself?
Yeah, we founded it as a team of 5 co-founders.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So and then how did you find the co-founder and the employee in the beginning? I think it is one of the toughest job for a startup to find the co-founder and employee, because they don't have a competent new company, especially startups. So was it easy, or did they ask you that you have money investor to pay them? Tell me the interesting backstory.
Yes, actually, that wasn't difficult at all. I was really surprised. So we founded Manuyoo as a team of 5 co-founders, and the whole thing started actually with a post I made in social media, where I said that, I mean, it was a longer article I wrote, and it was just 2-3 sentences in it, stating that I want to do some work with products made in Africa. And so my co-founders saw that post. Some of them I knew before, some of them I didn't. They read my post, and they came to me and said, "Hey Jan, I don't know exactly what you want to do, but count me in. Please let me know what this would become, and then I will join." And so yeah, we had the first really like brainstorming or co-creation sessions end of 2019 when the co-founders team, and this is how things developed. And actually we had a couple of more occasions like that when we posted stuff on social media, so on LinkedIn, but also on Instagram, and just telling about what we are doing and why we are doing it, that people were reading it and said, "This is great. I had the same idea," or something in that direction. Is there a way to join? And so by that we are now a team of 10, 11 very diverse and very engaged and motivated team members. So yeah, that alone is a great experience.
Yeah. Sounds
That
like
people buy into that.
everything started very smooth, just like everything was pre-planned.
Yes, and I mean, yeah, I mean, I truly believe that if you have a strong idea and a strong purpose in the core of your business, um, many things go smooth because people believe in what you're doing, and if that adds to what their motivation is and what their purpose is, um, then I think that's the best basis for building a strong and powerful team.
Got you. So I already read your mission statement, problem solving in your website. So that on high level, it's quite easy to understand. But what problem are you solving exactly? I mean, on the side of the manufacturer, producer.
Yes, if you are a small medium sized company, let's say in Ghana or in Kenya, it is pretty difficult to reach a European customer because of the distance, of course. Also because it's not so easy to get your product into the European market because of all the regulation you have to fulfill and so on. Just to give you an example, we have a norm of the size which the text size on the packaging. This has to fulfill certain criteria if you want to be allowed to sell your products in the European markets. So there are many things that you have to think about, and that's very difficult, I think. So what our aim is that we are looking for producers all around the African continent, all around the 55 countries, which have products that are ready to go to the European market, to the European customer. And the first thing that we do is to qualify them to really go here. I mean, it starts with translation of the packaging. It starts with
Yes.
quality control and so on. And then we bring the products here, so we import them, so they are ready to be sold to the European customer.
Yeah, a lot of work. I am familiar with that story. Like
Yes.
even among the developed world, because of language problem, they mistranslated packaging, and then
Mhm.
the product arrived, but all rejected because of wrong translation of the packaging. Right?
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
happened. Yeah. Yeah. So I can imagine all the. I mean, a lot of things, issues you are dealing with and everything. Yeah.
And actually, the story is it needs even more. So when this qualification process is finished, we would have products here on stock which we can sell to European customers. And then this is the side of the European customers who, as I said, have certain biases when it comes to products from Africa. So people do not associate high quality, reliability, and all these values which are important for your purchasing decision. They don't allocate it with Africa. They think about problems, issues, instability, and so on. So a lot of education is actually needed to say,
Yes.
hey, we have these running shoes. They are made in Kenya and they're excellent quality. They're as good or even maybe even better than the brands you usually buy from multinational companies. And so this also an important step in the process to really create the curiosity on our customer side to say, hey, that's cool, I try it. And then they get used to it, and they actually they love the products.
I mean, you are running a Manuyoo as an entrepreneur. Uh, I mean, as compared to your previous life as a corporate executive at a global company. So, what do you love most about what you are doing with Manuyoo now?
Yeah. Wow, I think I can talk a whole day about that. I think what is clear, you have to be ready to do everything on your own by yourself. So
Right.
so you have to have or to be ready to do all learnings by yourself, to figure out how you do stuff by yourself with your team. So it's work intensive, but also I mean, you can really feel the impact you're making. You can really
Rewarding, right?
see. Yeah,
Rewarding. You
it's
have
very
ownership.
rewarding.
Entrepreneur have a
Exactly.
ownership for what you're doing, but the corporate executive stay in the nice hotel, be assisted by the concierge all the time. We cannot claim that we have entire ownership for the result, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I share the feeling because I work for the large company, international bank all the time. So I share that feeling. Yeah,
Mhm.
very good. Yeah. So what can we expect from you this year and the long-term vision of Manuyoo? What
Yeah.
is your end game?
Naja, I mean the aim for this year is really to grow in our customer base. So we had a very successful crowdfunding campaign actually 2020. I mean, despite all the challenges because of lockdown and so on. So we saw last year that that customers buy into the story, buy into the products as well. And so our aim is to grow that by factor 10 by the end of this year. So really, I mean, communication is really the challenge for this year. Plus, also we want to. I mean, we're working now with 6 brands from 4 African countries, and we are also going to add some more products and some more brands to our portfolio in the second half of the year. We're already working on that, and the long-term vision. Let's put it in 2 ways. One part of the long-term vision is from the customer view, and what we really want to achieve, that people here in Europe, they use, let's say, 100 products with a significant value add on the African continent day by day. So that's the one thing, and we are far away from that, because most people here, if you go out and ask people on the street, they would not be able to name a single product made in Africa which they know. And the second part is what we want to achieve for our partners, and this is really that they become well-known brand in Europe, and really scale up with us, and also on their own, of course. So they really become well known, and with a significant market footprint here in Europe.
Thank you very much for taking time to sharing your beautiful story of business journey. I think when I hope that when he published this episode, people in Africa and they, hear the episode and they reach out to you to collaborate with you. So your website is manuyoo.world, right?
Exactly.
MANUYOO.world, WORLD, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, David, for having me.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, share with a friend, and drop me a review. Goodbye.